we made 4 simple rules for ourselves, which is basically we're not allowed to buy any new things, only used things. We are not allowed to buy anything that comes in packaging, which is interesting because you'd think those things would be the same, but they're not, actually. There are a lot of used things that have packaging. We are only allowed to buy food that comes from a 200-mile radius, and Hannah can mention why 200 was chosen.
Yes, the first year it was 100 miles radius, but that didn't include Bell's Brewery. So I just widened it a little bit, and it actually doesn't change the kind of food that we're able to buy. So if any of you are home brewers, let me know. We can shrink that down again.
Where is Bell's Brewery located?
Kalamazoo, right? And since I go to school at Michigan State, it's easy to.
But you can't get any packaging, so it's still a challenge.
Mm-hmm. Right, growlers.
And no electricity, but we've made some caveats with that because recognizing that we both have full-time jobs and we weren't sure how that was all going to work. So we said no electricity except for a couple of major appliances. So our stove and oven is electric, so we allow ourselves that. We decided to allow the washing machine as opposed to doing hand washing, but no dryer, of course, and the refrigerator. And then we have, this time, we did this a couple summers ago, and we did not do this, and we found it a little miserable. So this time, we did add one fan.
Last summer
Because we had trouble sleeping.
We were sleeping wet T-shirts with wet cloths draped over our heads, and then the mattress started to get moldy. It was really terrible. That's bad.
So the fan makes all the difference in the world. So those are kind of our exceptions. And then we have it. We always there are a few other exceptions that come in, but we won't talk about those unless you ask about them.
Right.
What are the other exceptions?
So what about transportation?
Right. So transportation is one that we I try to bike or walk to work, which is about 3 miles each way. And
I do too, which
Hannah
is
bikes
7 miles each
school,
way.
which is about 7 miles each way. But Hannah needs to get back and forth from Michigan State, and to get to even our CSA or the farmers market is a little bit of a hike for us. And we could probably do it via bike, but it would take most of our time. And so we decided not to make regulation on the driving except for going to work or school.
Winter? How long? What was the period of it?
Well, okay. So originally we had said we would do 1 month. That's it, and we really liked it a lot, which we'll talk about in a bit. We really enjoyed these.
Yeah, we have a list of things we liked and things we don't like.
So what we decided, but there are a few. Oh, I should say the 200-mile radius with the food is made a little bit easier by one of our sort of exceptions, which is things that were already in the house we're allowed to use.
And we don't stock up. We don't go out and prepare it. It's just like for the purpose of cleaning things out. They're in the back
it's a great way to get rid of the
cupboard.
stuff that you never use and it's sitting there. And what did you ever do with that can
Like
of
the
who
big
knows
jar
what?
of beans. You gotta eat all those beans, you know? It's a good time to do it.
It's fun, and your creativity in cooking goes up as time goes on. But what was I going to say? Something about
Your time period.
time period, right?
Oh, right.
So we enjoyed it so much. What we did was we had a little bit of traveling we wanted to, so we gave ourselves a break for a week during that traveling, and then also during that week allowed ourselves to stock up. But we were very careful to not just say you can buy whatever you want during that time. We made a list throughout the time of things that we thought would enhance the experience. Or, for example, one thing was canning lids. I wanted to do canning, which seemed to be kind of in the spirit of local foods, etc. But I didn't have any lids, so it's things like that. We kind of made a list of these are some things that would help us continue the experience and still enjoy it. And we're in our 2nd month now of it, and we'll probably go through the end of the summer. Basically, I think when local produce starts to die off, we'll probably when we end it. We also have electric heat in the house, so it could get a little chilly and the pipes might freeze if we tried to do no electricity. We could make a heat exception, of course.
But what that does, it's nice because we have to keep, if we think of something, we've gotten so used to just being able to get whatever you need whenever you need it. And we have to, if we have to write it down and think about it for a month, like if we really need it, we usually figure out we don't need it all that much, you know? And we're able to whittle that list down to the things we would really like.
So, yeah, the other day, I have a computer on my bike, you know, that tells me how far. And I really enjoy knowing how far I've gone. And it died. The battery died. So I came home and said, I want to put on a list of battery. And I was like, well, do you need it? I was like, no, I don't need it, but I want it. So trying to, you know, if we weren't on this thing, I would just go buy a bike battery. So just the thoughtfulness that it sort of forces you to go through in the process, I think is helpful.